All right. Once again, it is your boy back in the flesh, Flex Washington, aka Flex's Laboratory today. And look, in the lab, we're gonna be talking about London Smackdown. So um let's just start it off immediately. Shout out to Drew McIntyre for being the new WWE champion. He beat Cody Rhodes last week in a 3 stages of hell match, thanks to Mr. Jacob Fatu, aka the Samoan Werewolf. So SmackDown started off with Drew, being extra with the bagpipes and the strutting to the ring and basically getting his glory because Drew has not gotten his shine since he's gotten back. Obviously, he's won 2 championships since he's gotten back, one being in COVID, where there's no fans actually there, and the other one is the infamous 5 minutes and 36 seconds, I believe, that he had against Damian Priest at WrestleMania 40. So he can officially call himself the WWE champion, and his promo we thought was going to be on more the baby face side, where he is in London, and he said that he's the first UK WWE champion, which he is. But then he went back to being Drew, telling everybody, screw them. Y'all didn't believe in me. Y'all basically, they weren't with him shooting in the gym. They were preying on his downfall. And the only person that he can thank is himself. So great promo by Drew. And told Cody basically, like, your ass ain't getting no rematch. There ain't no rematch clause. Even though rematch clause is one of the things that wrestling kind of sometimes wants to put into a storyline, sometimes does not want to put into a storyline. But Drew immediately was like, there ain't no rematch clause, buddy. Getting your ass in the back of the line. And that's that. Talking about the bland vanilla QB1. Shout out to QB1, because Drew McIntyre is wide receiver 1 right now, and he is making those plays. But as he's talking his stuff, here comes my tight end one. If you watch my video, Randy Orton, old reliable, comes out and says, look, I don't care about what you're talking about right now. I still don't like you. And you got my championship because I need number 15, because Cena done retired and it's my time to get them championships. And Drew was like, okay, buddy. Sure. But as he's kind of pushing Randy away, he hears the Samoan Werewolf, his music, and he is like, I don't want no smoke. He is from Oakland, California. I am not trying to get hyphy with one Jacob Fatu. So he runs out, runs away, and Randy's kind of sitting in the ring like, oh, I guess that worked for me. Then Miz comes in, boom, skull crushing finale. But we already know what's going to happen. They have their match, and Randy Orton beats him. Wasn't a long match. It's a typical Randy Orton match. He got his shtick in. The Miz doing Miz things, still being relevant. Like, he's my offensive coordinator. Once again, he is reliable in the sense of when you need Miz to job, he going to job. And when you need Miz to put somebody over, if they're young, old, or indifferent, he will do that. So shout out to the Miz, because he will always be a main piece in WWE, whether he is on the front line jobbing or whether he's getting a title, or he's in the background, making somebody better. So shout out to the Miz. Then McIntyre, he is walking backstage and he sees Ilya Dragunov. He's like, hey, we never really spoke. How you doing? I'm Ilya Dragunov. I'm the Mad Dragon. And I want that title. And Drew's like, yeah, you and everybody else does. But if you win your thing tonight, and Jacob's not trying to follow me around, hey, you can be the first contestant on catching a claymore to the mouth, courtesy of one Drew McIntyre, aka wide receiver one. So they walk away. The Wyatt Six does their promo, basically telling telling Solo, yeah, you have that lantern, and that lantern is very important to us. And they were in bare face, and I want to kind of say that this was, I like this. I like the whole, they weren't being spooky, but they were more so just saying like, you messed up. Like it gave it a more serious note of like, yeah, we gonna need that back, and we gonna take it however way we need to take it. So really good storyline. Hope it's going to continue. The Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair thing. I'm going to talk about this later, but yeah, they're kind of pointing at each other like, it's your fault. Did you leave me? No, I didn't leave you. Are we best friends? Yeah, I guess we are. And they do a little heart thing. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to talk about the dynamic of the women's division later. But yeah, Nia Jax / Legend came out, was like, hey, Charlotte, can you trust her? Because they said this same thing to Alexa last week. Hey, can you trust Charlotte? Well, Charlotte, hey, can you trust Alexa? And Charlotte's basically like, ladies, I'm a 15, 16, whatever how many time champion she is. I don't need this right now. Get out my face. I don't trust you. Last you changed because you used to be cool, but now you're hanging around this bozo and my Nia Jax. I ain't say that. Charlotte said that. But yeah, they go out to the ring. They have a tag team match. Charlotte and Alexa, who are former tag team champions, have a tag team match versus Julia and Kiana James. Yeah, they end up winning. Charlotte and Alexa won. I think Alexa hit the Sister Abigail DDT. And then Nia Jackson / Legend kind of beat up both teams, and there was kind of a standoff with Nia Jackson, Julia, and Nia Jax like, honey, you don't want none of this. And Julia probably said something either Japanese or Italian or maybe English. I'm not sure. But once again, we'll talk about that later. Solo has a promo. I guess Uncle Howdy basically saying that he's got the whole world in his hands and that Bray Wyatt is looking down at him because he's the ordained one now. And, this is basically my family and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. It happened. He's facing Damian Priest. Like I said on yesterday's episode, don't care about this match. And I didn't care about this match. So, after that, Cody comes out. Bland QB1 Cody comes out apparently, and basically is like, "Hey, London, y'all booing me, right? Yeah, London's booing him because they don't want to see him right now. You're a loser, good sir. I mean, Cody's a winner in life, loser. So, um, he tried to get them back on the side with the whole, yeah, don't y'all want a London WrestleMania? Ah, yeah, we want that. Great. We're back on your side, Cody. But guess what? These fans have been fickle all night. So they didn't care. And I think Cody probably didn't care either. He just wanted to pop because he wanted that adrenaline. Isn't that the first part of his song? Adrenaline. Yes. See how it works? He wants adrenaline in his soul. He wants the pop of the fans. So talk about episodic. He declares for the Royal Rumble. We knew that. I kind of spoke about that last week or the week before about how Cody being a 3-time Royal Rumble winner. Look, if I was a betting man, I wouldn't put it past him to do it. Why not? They already done it twice before. Why not? I mean, unless Braun Breaker or somebody else decides that they need it more than Cody Rhodes, just give it to Cody Rhodes and build up another storyline with Cody Rhodes in WrestleMania. It's not like you have Cody versus Roman, so whatever. But before Cody left, he did say one thing. He called out Jacob Fatu and said, "Yeah, receipts, right? Young." He called me young veteran. Young veteran, you getting a receipt. Funny enough, he has not given the receipt back really that much to Travis Scott, but there's neither here nor there. Yeah, so he's calling out Jacob Fatu. I thought Jacob was going to come out because you howl to the werewolf. Obviously, wolves come around, but he did not. And that was that. They go backstage to Matt Cardona. Matt Cardona's like, "Hey, all my buddies that I've wrestled with and that wrestle, when I was younger are champions, and I want to be a champion too." Matt Cardona / Zack Ryder not really feeling it. It's hilarious because Matt Cardona probably would say this too. His wife's a bigger star than him. There was a time where Matt Cardona was a bigger star, but that was probably 10 years ago. Chelsea Green is a once or twice in a generation star. She has that crossover appeal, and we'll talk about that later. But Matt Cardona has a match with Trick Williams, who, also, we talking about crossover appeal. Tricky Trick, Mr. Whoop That, Mr. Lemon Pepper Steppers on a hater. What else you want to do? 6'5", to whatever he is, 55, chiseled out of granite stone. Booker T, we miss you because we need the whole spiel for Trick. But you know what? Trick is getting a very organic pop. And I'm glad this is happening. We've been waiting for this. And by we, I mean we. We've been waiting for this for a while now. We was waiting for that day, which is going to be happening this WrestleMania in Vegas, where the entire crowd is going to be yelling "whoop that" for whatever match he is in. I'm happy to say that Trick Williams won versus Matt Cardona, and he is the second competitor in the Fatal 4-Way that's going to be happening at Saturday Main Event in Montreal. But when he's done and he is starting to walk up the ramp, we hear the greatest theme song right now, hands down. Argue with your mama, argue with your dad, argue with whoever you want to argue with, but do not argue with me like that boy Junkyard James says. Kit Wilson comes out in London, as he is an Englishman, and he is nuclear hot right now, and he got a nuclear pop. Not nuclear. Let me not say nuclear pop. He got a pop of a person that you are seeing the work that he has put in with his toxic character and toxic masculinity character. He has embodied the non-toxic masculinity character, and I love it because I don't feel like there would be anybody else that can really pull this off in WWE with his theme song and the way he walks and the way that he dresses and his mannerisms. It's just, yes, everything is needed. Love it. He comes out, does his thing, acts like he's just walking past one Matt Cardona who beat him last week and ends up whooping him. Very, very toxic, I will say, from Mr. Non-Toxic Kit Wilson. But you know what? But wait a minute. As a non-toxic person, non-toxic masculine person myself, sometimes you just have to show people that, like, if you got to put that toxic suit on and show them like you not with the losing and not with the malarkey and not with the wasting of your time, then you got to pop out and show them. But you can get back into your non-toxic bag, which he did, because it kind of like he's reverted right back to like Kit Wilson. Yes, that so great, so lovely. I would love for that character to just I love for him to be that dual toxic when need be, but like switch back on and be like, wait, I didn't do that. Or like if he does something so bad and then they're like, well, you did this. And he's like, right, I don't remember that. That's a toxic person that did that. That's not me. So yes, Kit Wilson deserves it. Damian Priest had an interview in the back talking about he's going to be. I mean, look, I don't care about Damian Priest promos. Like, I don't know. I'm just not feeling Damian Priest anymore. Like, it's just kind of just fizzling out. I don't know what to do with like not me because I'm not no writer or anything like that, but like, what are they doing with his character? Does he have a character? I feel like he was best in the Judgment Day, but like, is his character just going to be, I'm going to whoop ass, and then if a person is not, if the person's getting ahead of me, then I just need to get mommy on my side. Or I don't look. I don't know. I'm not even going to dive deeper into it. All I'm going to say is I don't care. Go back outside. Oh, look at it. It's Kit Wilson again. We're come back from break and Kit Wilson still in the ring. And basically saying like, look, I'm the shit right now, for lack of a better term. Y'all gonna respect this. Y'all gonna respect Kit Wilson, but guess what? Jacob Fatu don't respect none of that. Jacob Fatu is from Oakland, California, and he does not respect much. And he's Samoan. He's a Samoan Oakland native. That is like very bad if you are in his way. So yeah, he super kicks him and he gets on the mic. He funny enough, he like asked for a mic, even though there's a mic 2 feet away from him, but that's neither there. He's like, yeah, Cody, bring your punk ass out here because you talking shit. Let's go. Cody, like, all right, I'm QB1. I ain't no bitch. Like, let me come out here and do what I got to do. So they end up rumbling, and we see for the first time, because I was asking Brown Sugar, where's the GM? Where's the decent GM? Not the ball-headed, non-great one. Where's the good one? Where's Nick Aldis? Well, Nick Aldis, shows up. It's like, hey, Cody, because he always stops Cody fights. That's what Nick Aldis does. Apparently, he does work for Cody because that's all he does is stop Cody fights. Yeah, he's like, yeah, stop fighting, y'all. But they keep fighting, and then they have a match now. So their match, Jacob Fatu versus Cody Rhodes, is going to be at Saturday Night Main Event. Yay! That should be a good one. Damian Priest beat Solo Sikoa. Don't care. I do care about the fact that this whole Solo taking the lantern and him he's like protecting it like it's his baby, which I kind of like it because he like it feels like he's trying to grasp the spirit of Bray Wyatt, and poor Uncle Howdy / Bo Dallas is just trying to get his brother back, but it's like Solo's trying to kidnap his brother, but it's like I don't know, it's really weird. I don't know, but I dig it. I want more of it. It's cool. Drew McIntyre, who's still holding his belt, scared, looking over his shoulder. He bumps into Sami Zayn and basically told Sami Zayn, you ain't fucking with me. You have lost 12 times to me. If we ever get back in that ring, it's going to be lucky or unlucky for you. Number 13, you will lose to me again. And Sami does Sami things and says, we'll see. Like, I was like, yeah, another Sami promo. Let's go. I like Sami. Sami's my guy, but it's just weak. It's just really weak. But here's the thing that I thought about when that happened. He was like, Sami was saying, oh yeah, I'm going to go to Montreal, my hometown. And in my mind, I'm like, oh snap. That shit is in Montreal, the fatal 4-way. So he should win tonight. Why would he not? Unless it's hijinks. But we'll see if he won. And then after that, if he wins that match, which, like I said, once again, we will see, he would go on to Saudi Arabia and face Drew McIntyre. The Saudi fans like him too. maybe it's lining up for old Sami Zayn to get his shine on. I don't know. We'll see. Um, correction, not 11. He's was not 12-0 yet against Sami Zayn. He's 11-0. So Carmelo, who I actually was not expecting to come out, Carmelo Hayes comes out U.S. Open Challenge. Excuse me, in Britain. U.S. Open Challenge in Britain. Who comes out? Leon Slater comes out. Duh, because WWE's not slick. WWE has been hoeing, and I even talked about this. Whoa, leg walk. Like, this was literally when they first got AAA and the TNA acquisition. Oh my gosh, like they are really hoeing out TNA. Like, they gave TNA well, here you go. You're on AMC now, and here's your premiere episode, which I have not watched yet. I have to watch it, apparently. Maybe I don't, because I've heard good things, I heard bad things, but we'll see. But yeah, Leon Slater, just on SmackDown, open challenge. Obviously, I have as the color commentator, one of the rules of the color commentary is that any black versus black match is going to give me a 4 to 5 star rating. I am like the black Dave Meltzer, where Dave Meltzer loves AEW so much that he'll give him 6, 7, 8 stars, and usually give New Japan that. That's me with black matches in general. If you got 2 black women or 2 black men or 3 black men or 4 black women or whatever, or a mixed tag team match, that's going to get automatic 4.5 stars from me. I don't care, because we need our shine. So great match by Carmelo and Leon Slater. Obviously, Carmelo wins, but respect, as respect should be given, between a black man from Boston and a black man from London. Who would ever thought about that in the 1700s? The British are coming. Yes, the black Brits are coming. So match ends. Shinsuke Nakamura is watching, because somebody has to be watching that screen about whatever. And then behind him, somebody says some Japanese, and it's Tama Tonga and Shinsuke. They're going back and forth with each other. I need to read what Shinsuke said to Tama Tonga, but give me more of this. You have literally a old rivalry from back in New Japan era. Like, and the fact that, unfortunately, New Japan has been not as great, even, I would dare say, even dying. It's not as good, and it's dying. And you have 2 former New Japan stars in your company. Yeah, you should probably put them in a great mid-card rivalry, because it will only help Carmelo Hayes and his rivals come up, because the mid card of SmackDown, it's great. It's wonderful. The US Open Challenge is literally the best thing on TV. So why not give Carmelo different opponents? Why not allow Shinsuke to revitalize his past glory? Why not let Tama Tonga go off on his own from the MFT and show that he's a bad man too? So I want it. I need it. We got to have more of it. Candice LeRae and Johnny Gargano trolling Axiom, and Axiom ends up trolling back because him and Nathan Frazier dress up alike. They both dress up as Axiom, and they attack Johnny and basically saying, hey, Nathan Frazier is like, I'm going to beat your ass next week. And then after that, Axiom's going to beat your ass and take his mask back. So the fight for the Axiom mask is continuing. No sight of Tommaso Ciampa. We'll see what's up with him, but rumors have it that he's leaving and he's going over to the dub. I guess y'all want to call it WWE the Fed. I guess the AEW is the dub. But anyway, yeah. So Obafemi teaser. I mean, we're gonna get an Obafemi teaser until they decide when to put out Obafemi. I don't know when he's going to debut. I hope he doesn't debut at Royal Rumble because that crowd doesn't deserve an Obafemi debut. Hopefully he debuts like next week or something, or maybe at Saturday Night Main Event. But anywho, Jordan Grace and Chelsea Green. Now, Chelsea Green, I was talking about Chelsea Green before. Chelsea Green loses to Jordan Grace. She puts Jordan Grace over for sure. Jordan Grace needs to have more power, I guess. I don't know. But they're trying to do this Jordan Grace versus Jay Cargill thing. Not really feeling it. But we'll see. Maybe Jordan Grace and Jay Cargill are just going to be two mammoth women that just throw each other around. And maybe it just looks like an Angle versus Big Show match. I don't know. We'll see. we'll definitely see about that. But yeah, Trick gets interviewed by Kathy Kelly. Dan Priest pops up for whatever reason and decides, yeah, you talk a lot, but I don't talk at all. Great. You should not be talking. Like, shut your mouth when you're in front of greatness, like Trick Williams. So, he's like, hey, I'm in a fatal 4-way too, and I'm free and you're free next week, so we can do it. We can have the dance before this fatal 4-way. I really do hope that Trick does not do that, but we'll see. We will definitely see if Trick McGrady, I'm Trick James, bitch, goes for that. All right. Now, before the main event, matter of fact, I'm going to talk about the main event. The main event, Sammy beats Ilya Dragunov. Alluding to what I just said before, I do think Sammy might go on this run where he wins in his hometown of Montreal. I just see it now. He's going to lose in Saudi though. He's definitely going to lose the Royal Rumble. But I could see him like going to Chicago Elimination Chamber and winning the chamber and being part of the match, the WrestleMania match. I guess I can see it. The show ended with Trick on top, which I told Brown Sugar this. Trick being on top was the first time a black man was on top and ended the show since I would probably say Booker T. Maybe. I think it's probably the last time. I mean, obviously, correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I'm glad that he ended the show. Trick showing that he ain't no joke. But you know what's I almost said the bad word. You know what's a joke? A real joke? Before I get into the real, my bad. You know what? Before I get into my crazed rant, MFT versus Wyatt Six for a tag team championship next week. We will see what's up with that. Whatever. The point that I'm going to talk about right now is the Smackdown mid-card women's division is god-awful. And let's also throw in the Raw mid-card women's division. There was a time where the women's division was like everybody was looking forward to dream matches. I'm looking for the Bayley versus Roxanne match, and I'm looking for the Lyra versus Becky match, and I'm looking for the Lash versus Charlotte match, and I'm looking for the Nia Jax versus, whoever match. Like, we were looking forward to these matches. But I talked about this before. WWE has a real super bad problem with throwing tag teams in, women's tag teams together, and saying, hey, we're giving time to the females because they're all in tag teams. Let's just name the tag teams real quick. You have Rhea Ripley, should be in the main event. Io Sky should be in the main event. Bailey should be in the main event. Liv Morgan should be in the main event. Roxanne Perez, a higher mid card to upper mid card to perennial main event star. Lara Valkyria, same thing. Solid mid card, upper mid card person, which will have a very near future main event status. So 4 out of those 6 should be main event. All 6 women will be main event. You look on SmackDown. For some dumb ass reason, you book a triple threat tag team match with Nia Jax should be in the main event. Even though she was in the main event and, you know, the whole Tiffy and Jay thing, at the very least, if you're not going to put her in the main event, put her in the mid card. Alexa Bliss should be in the main event since she came back from her hiatus. Charlotte Flair, why is Charlotte Flair still in a tag team? This is CB1. This is Deion Sanders, like I stated before. You do not put Deion Sanders in the slot and say, hey, you face the third best wide receiver on their team. You only put Deion Sanders in the slot if he is facing the number 1 wide receiver. Why is Charlotte Flair not going up against Jade Cargill? You are waiting for you're waiting for Bianca to come back. I'm waiting for Bianca to come back too. That's my girl. Told y'all before. There's only 2 other men in this world that love her more than me, and that's her husband and her dad. However, you are throwing your division away because Jordynne Grace, who is just new to SmackDown, has a title shot potentially over Charlotte Flair, over Alexa Bliss, over a Nia Jax. Now, Julia, Kiana James, and who else? Lash Legend. They should be mid-carders right now, without a shadow of a doubt. Jordynne Grace should be a mid-carder right now. A Julia versus Jordynne Grace match is literally an NXT, main event match. Is it good? It'll be good wrestling. Maybe the storyline will lack. But the problem with these storylines and the problem with this division as a whole is that there's no vision. The women's mid-card division has no vision because the women's United States champion gets nothing from the crowd. And you know why she gets nothing? Because she's not being her true self. Julia is a hunter, killer, assassin type wrestler. You are making her try to wrestle like a This is similar to every single Japanese wrestler that comes over, whether it's an Asuka, whether it's a Io Sky, whether it is a Kairi Sane. It just feels like they're holding back every single time. Io's the only one that has not held back. And you know why? Because Mommy Rhea is telling whoever's up top, you are going to let this girl shine because this is my girl. And they say, yes, Mommy Rhea, please step on me more because that's their little kink. So I don't understand why we are not, at the very least, breaking up these bullshit, and I'm going to call it bullshit, tag teams. Get rid of the tag team championship. It's not worth the time. You want to know why? Because you got rid of all the pure tag teams. You don't have a tag team division. You have a division of two people that are together. That's not a tag team. That's not a partnership. That's just we don't have anything for you, so just you come with this person and y'all do something together. Lazy writing. This is the shit that I'm sure, makes the women pissed off. You give them lazy writing for Evolution last year. And what did they do with it? They said, well, they gave us absolutely nothing. Let's make it the second, my opinion, first. Shout out to the Evolution shirt. First, the best PLE of 2025. But you're still not doing anything with that 6 months later. Julia, Kiana James, Last Legend, Jordan Grace, B-Fab, Michin, who was hurt. B-Fab's also technically hurt. You have 6 to 7 women in the mid card right now. Do something with it. Make a good storyline. Make the women's U.S. championship mean something, because the men's does. And if you don't want to go over to Raw, damn, Becky. Y'all need to give Becky a triple contract. She needs more money than Seth Rollins, I would say. Because damn, this woman is literally carrying the company, carrying the mid card. No. Let me rephrase that. I'm sorry. She's carrying the women's division on Raw. And yet she's also the star of the new Star Trek show, or at least a very important character in it. And it's not just me saying it. Paramount says it because they gave her the contract. You disrespect Becky so much that you put the title on Maxine Dupree. And then Maxine Dupree has a match with, I don't know who. It was with Ivy Nile. Ivy Nile hasn't been seen for literally 2.5 months before that. Why are you so lazy in your writing that you're not building up people? But you know who could be in the mid card? Roxanne. Roxanne versus Becky? Bang. Yes, they're both heels. Oh my God. Heels versus heels. We can't do it. You're telling me that Roxanne versus Becky won't bang? You're telling me that Roxanne versus Lyra for the chance to face Becky Lynch wouldn't bang? First of all, yes, you might be tired of Lyra versus Becky. That doesn't mean anything. Also, what about Bayley? Bayley hasn't won the IC title yet. Give us a Bayley versus Becky match. You got 2 of the horsewomen, and you're doing little to nothing with them. You're treating them like they are the ones that are supposed to get people over, when they still have a lot in the tank. And the third horsewoman is also in the tag team, has a shit ton in the tank. Your mid card sucks in terms of the women, and it's not the women's fault at all. Some of the women need to get better. That's neither here nor there. They will get better with the correct storyline, with the correct booking, with the correct exposure, with the correct writing. Yes, I'm a couch commentator, but get it correct. I'm actually a colored commentator, because I see the inequities and the bullshit that is happening on my screen on a daily basis. at least twice to 3 times a week basis. SmackDown as a whole in London was good because they are building. And I'm sure Raw in Ireland is going to build as well. But they have a really big problem with this mid card. And they need to fix this shit now. Because if they're not going to bring up Lola Vice, you're not going to bring up the current women's champion in NXT, JC Jane. And you're not going to bring up Blake Monroe. And you just brought back Jada Parker. What are we doing? What are we doing to help the women get better? This is the shit that made people say, well, the women's match is on. I guess I'm going to go to the bathroom. That's disrespectful to every woman that puts their boots on and fixes themselves up so that they can have a hell of a match. When are the women going to get better booking? And is WWE serious with UPN SmackDown being back? Are they really going to allow the Black Stars to rise up the ranks? Will we see Trick? Will we see Oba? Will we see Javon Evans win a title this year? That's the question. Will they fix their mid-card division? Will a black man be a champion again? Carmelo's champion, so shout out to Carmelo. But will Carmelo even rise up and get the love to where by near end of summer, people are like, yeah, Carmelo needs to be in the main event now. Because remember when his first match on SmackDown was against Cody Rhodes and they put on a great match, even though they had that little mix up in the middle? Yeah, he should be main eventing. Are we just going to keep waiting? Are we just going to keep firing people and then hiring new people and then getting rid of this person? Because here's the other thing that I didn't even talk about yet. There's another big black man coming to SmackDown, allegedly. And Powerhouse Hobbs, formerly known as Powerhouse Hobbs. The rumors is his name is going to be Hobbs. Just Hobbs. We'll see what his name is. If you mess up on Hobbs and you put that man on SmackDown with Trick Williams, with Obafemi, and none of those three even have a sniff of the main event, you should have just kept them honestly, you should have just kept them in NXT then. They should have been NXT stars until they found a different lane. They go to AEW, go somewhere else. I don't know. I'm not putting any hope in the WWE. I'm just going to simply say I put hope in my people, and I hope that the black wrestlers shine this year, and I hope that good storylines happen all around. So this is Flex Washington signing off. I'll see y'all when I see y'all.